Welcome back to my Transformers Prime episode reviews. Today, we're taking a look at the episode Thirst. In this episode, Knockout turns his former boyfriend's already mutilated corpse into patient zero of a vampire zombie outbreak on board the Nemesis. And for this review, I will be inserting some bits from a watch together I did with my friends Emperor Kumquat and Jetstream. So I'll be adding in some of their commentary at some points too.
It was a dark and stormy night.
We begin with Starscream whining to Knockout as he experiments on Silas in his old boyfriend's body.
It doesn't trouble you to watch what remains of your former partner endure your scientific endeavors?
Not really.
Ouch! The Decepticons are cold. After injecting Silas Breakdown with a modified synth-N formula, we see that it basically acts like Cybertronian steroids.
I think Breakdown is aware, of what's going on, or I think he's, long gone.
I don't think he is.
His soul's already gone, but, the Dark Energon kind of might also be reviving his dead body, so it's kind of like a zombie.
Such power and fury! Megatron has long desired a Beast Machine super soldier.
Wow, they really like dropping that Beast Machine's name in this series, huh?
And we now
Again with the Beast Machines reference.
Yeah, he said it, he said the thing.
He said the thing!
Predaking in the opening, you really wonder, what the heck is Predaking doing in this whole episode? Is he just upstairs taking a nap?
Pretty much, yeah.
He's just on the roof in the middle of the storm.
Well, he was playing on the computer at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
He's playing
He's just up there.
Roblox.
Yeah. He's playing Roblox in the rain.
After the intro, we see Megatron talking to Shockwave.
I have made the most intriguing discovery. It appears that...
Not now. Please continue, Shockwave. No one important.
Aww.
Why'd you gotta do my Starscream like that, dude?
That moment is always funny.
Also, how does Megatron cram a Bluetooth earpiece under his helmet? Maybe he takes it off and has a beautiful head of metal hair underneath, like in Megatron Origin. It is interesting how the synth-N is affecting Silas himself, since he's obviously, at his core, a human, and not a real Cybertronian. But it does seem to be affecting him just the same. I wonder, is this the first time we've seen a human consume and be affected by an energon? Or at least a form of it?
Has anyone noticed that Silas is blind in the exact same eye that he took Knockout's eye out of?
Huh. No, I never noticed that.
I wonder if that was intentional or just an accident.
Probably. That's intentional.
Just how much of this synth-N have you given him?
2 additional doses, 3 at the most.
Be careful about giving him too much, Knockout. Remember what happened with the recruits and the Scrubberdover in Rescue Bots Academy. Although, technically that hasn't even happened yet, so I guess there's no way that he would know about that. Starscream then proposes to add Dark Energon to the mixture.
The mixture could be an abomination.
That's just how it works. It's the voodoo drug. It does whatever Megatron wants it to do.
Okay, true that Lord Megatron seems to possess a symbiotic link to anyone or thing infused with the dark matter, allowing him to manipulate them as if they were puppets, but...
Thank you for the record time exposition, Knockout. Seriously, are you trying to give Blur a run for his money?
You, my friend, have just flown a decacycle of covert surveillance designed to uncover Megatron's plot to conquer Cybertron. Everything was going according to plan when I intercepted a communication between the Decepticon leader and an unknown double agent.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with putting a little demon god blood in the corpse of your former friend piloted by a human. This will go very well.
Also, I wonder, if taking synth-N turns your optics green, and taking Dark Energon turns them purple, what does taking them both result in? Technically, since the Transformers' optic color is determined by the light they emit, combining green and purple light should result in white light. As purple is already a combination of blue and red light, and adding green to the mixture just means that all 3 bases of light are represented, resulting in white. But obviously here they just turn purple. Honestly, I think white eyes would have been a lot cooler and more interesting. It would kind of be like how in zombie movies and TV shows, the eyes are often completely whited over, which would have been fitting for this episode, but oh well. Speaking of which, Silas breaks free of his restraints, and we see his mouth mutate and split into an energon-sucking zombie vampire state, which looks very reminiscent of the vampire dogs in Blade 3.
Precious in me.
The two manage to escape zombie breakdown, but the infection has begun as he starts claiming Viacon victims one by one.
Aim for the head!
What? How do you know?
I have seen human horror films. At drive-in theaters.
Aww, I love that Knockout is a pop culture junkie just like Blades and Danny. I bet that they would get along great together. Well, maybe.
Forget the head. Go for the spark.
Human horror films, wasted time.
Well, maybe try human horror games, Knockout, because that kind of reminded me of the Ganados in Resident Evil 4.
This right here is the best thing in the whole show.
Starscream and Knockout run from some more Terracons and hide inside what appears to be Orion Pax's old lab, where the two have a touching moment together.
You're no breakdown, though I must confess I have always admired your lustrous finish.
Oh, they're so cute.
There's the line.
Now embrace.
Kiss.
Should be going.
Damn it.
They're about to die, and Knockout's like, bro, I can't stop looking at your beautiful body.
Dude, bro hug.
After the two roommates leave their room, they run into their master Megatron.
Funny, because the dark energon within my spark has been pulsing.
Giggity.
Allow me to...
So, despite not having used Dark Energon, or having been around Unicron for quite some time, Dark Energon is still present in Megatron's system. Perhaps permanently. A fact that will no doubt tie into the series' finale movie.
Energon! Hey, you there?
Deep voiced Viacon.
Yeah, I think that was Peter Cullen.
Cool.
Yo, let's check the credits.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look here. He was a trooper, you got it right. Optimus.
He was.
Optimus
Okay,
Trooper
Trooper.
number. It said Trooper
Yay!
2. Megatron Trooper 1.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Starscream was also an Insecticon. I wonder if it was the screaming one.
Well, I guess you've now heard Optimus Prime as an Energon zombie vampire. Although, I guess this wouldn't be the first time that Optimus was a zombie.
So how does the Soundwave deliver that message to everyone if you couldn't tell them with his voice?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, does he send out a memo, an email?
Just all the TV screens be like, kill zombies on site. Sincerely,
He has like
Soundwave.
He has like a Decepticon group text or something.
Yeah.
How are we the best choice to hunt down Silas? I mean, why not deploy his beloved beast machine super soldier,
There's that title again. Also, I think the last thing we need is a zombie dragon. I mean, you saw how well that worked out in Game of Thrones, right?
I wonder how many Viacons are traumatized by this incident of seeing people who look exactly like them turn into monsters.
Yeah. Although probably about as traumatized as seeing people just like them get, like, slaughtered by the Autobots.
All these Viacons are going to therapy once this war is over.
Zombie Breakdown ends up releasing Arachnid from her pod. The two fight for a bit.
She's so tiny.
She would be. She's a little spider.
It's the itsy spider.
Yes. Just threw the spider at a wall.
But Arachnid comes out the victor and finally puts an end to Silas's and Breakdown's suffering.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Wow.
Cold. She is, like, more evil than Megatron is.
Yeah.
I can't even, like, justify anything she does. Megatron at least has a backstory.
Do they tell much of her backstory in the comics?
Never, no.
Wow.
She takes control of the Insecticons, but Soundwave ground bridges them all to one of Cybertron's moons. Now, this is somewhat of an error for multiple reasons. For one, the Nemesis only has ground bridge capabilities as far as I'm aware. That's why they needed to build a big space bridge at the beginning of the series. 2, if this is a ground bridge, how could it have sent them to Cybertron's moon? Which obviously would have required a longer distance space bridge instead. Again, it's a minor error in an otherwise excellent episode that beautifully ties up a lot of loose ends for us. So, for his part in annihilating half his crew, Megatron teaches Starscream a lesson off-screen.
It's been generations. Are you sure he understands it that way?
No, but it makes Megatron feel better.
Oh no.
And we end this episode with the Insecticons servicing their queen.
That dude is screaming! Why isn't anyone running?
He's like a screaming pig.
You know, this has me wondering, what'll happen to Arachnid after she finishes sucking all her Insecticons dry? I guess she'll run out of Energon eventually and expire. I wonder, could any future Cybertronian stumble upon her corpse much later on? Possibly unknowingly spreading this plague once again in the future. Also, how did Arachnid become infected? Was it zombie Silas breakdown? We don't actually see her get bit. The most likely point, I think, is here in the fight. But who knows? Maybe she got tagged by a random zombie Viacon off-screen.
So what did you think about Transformers Prime Thirst?
Okay, like, I've seen this like 10 times by now, so it's not even a joke. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then French, too.
I think it's...
Not all the other languages?
What?
Swedish.
Oh my.
Swedish? Oh, Swedish too.
Yeah.
Just in
Jetstream?
English for me. I've seen it like half a dozen times.
We're overly familiar. We love this episode.
It's one of the best ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like how it's kind of like a spooky horror episode.
That is
It's got
my
like zombies
shit.
and...
Mm-hmm.
Are they like vampire zombies or...
Vampire
How would
zombies.
you classify them?
Totally vampire zombies.
Totally.
What do you think happened to Arachnid? Like after... I guess she would have eventually exhausted all the Insecticons.
Yeah, she might have gone into a food coma, and then whoever steps onto the moon next is probably going to get a surprise.
Yeah.
They don't revisit the moon in Robots in Disguise?
Yeah, also, she'll probably kill all those Insecticons, so they won't be any better than those Viacons were. And if they're dead, they don't, need more fuel. They'll just be wandering around the moon. So you're really screwed if someone just lands on the moon and all those things come at you.
That'd be absolutely terrifying.
It's also funny because I think they said Minicons lived on the moon. I'm not sure which moon they are on though, but definitely Luna 2. So the Minicons are like, yay, the war's over, let's go back to the moon. They're gonna find this instead.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
The zombie Insecticons are gonna have little bite-sized snacks for them.
Little nuggets.
When they arrive.
Yummy.
It's awesome.
What about Starscream and Knockout's relationship in this episode?
It's kawaii.
They're cute.
It was kawaii. But also Starscream may have ruined it a bit at the end when he blamed Knockout, and I can see why he did that, because Megatron is going to be angrier at Starscream for this than he would have been with Knockout.
Yeah,
So-
he still got beat.
He still got beat. Damn it. Knockout, why didn't you just take the blame? Oh, yeah. But it's worse, like, in the movie. I don't like what they did with Starscream and Knockout.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we shall not spoil. That's for the future.
The future!
I'll get to that one eventually.
Woo!
I just want everyone to look at how knockout is spelled as 2 words. I once held a vote with the community about if they prefer it 1 word or 2. Everyone wants it to be 1 word.
Yeah,
basically.
I want it to be 1 word. That looks weird.
Okay, what were your thoughts, Jetstream?
That the episode was cool.
Of course it was cool. There were zombies and vampires, and Starscream was just running around screaming.
Yeah!
It's what the people want.
Yes, that's good. They gave him what the people wanted. Everyone is happy.
Well, thank you to Jetstream and Emperor Kumquat for joining me on this episode review. Be sure to check out Jetstream's new streaming channel on Twitch at twitch.tv/MikoAmae. And check out Emperor Kumquat here on YouTube. Links will be in the description. And what about you? What did you think of this episode of Transformers Prime? Let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you back here next time for the next episode of Transformers Prime, Evolution.
Good Googa Mooga.
Does anybody remember that movie? Does anybody remember the cartoon inspired by it? Remember when there was a period where monster movies that were probably inappropriate for little children were adapted into kids' cartoons? That was kind of weird, huh? Well, see you back here next time for that.